thunder, I be feeling like I'm Chet. You switch up like KD.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Fan Tape. This is episode 7. I'm Cam. That's Tweety as usual. We're gonna have Damon on again a little bit later on to talk about a little NFL. But the first thing we got to get into this week is the Elite Eight in women's college basketball. This past weekend, we had two stellar games. First, the number 1 seed Iowa Hawkeyes took on the number 3 seed defending champion LSU Tigers, 94 to 87 this past Sunday night. This game averaged 12.3 million viewers, which broke the record for the NCAA's women's basketball game, surpassing the 1983 NCAA championship game between USC and Louisiana Tech, which had 11.84 million viewers. It outdrew all but one of the 5 games in last year's NBA Finals, along with outdoing the clinching game of last year's World Series, which was at 11.48 million. Caitlin Clark showed up as usual. Came out with 41 points, 12 assists, 7 rebounds on 13 for 29 for the field, 9 threes, 6 or 7 from the free throw line, 2 steals, and even adding a block. We're gonna get into the game first. I know you watched the game. What was your main takeaways from this game between Iowa and LSU?
I mean, that game could have very well been the championship game right there. Who won that game probably going to be the person who won the championship. It was a great game, man. I mean, towards the end of, the second quarter, you had that spark right there. Then you had towards the end of the fourth, like, Iowa just started, like, just sealing the win. Like, that game was, like, this explosive. Caitlin Clark, it was the truth in that game. She had nobody that can guard her. Every defender that tried to guard her, she made them look silly. It was just a great game, man. It was way better than watching the Grizzlies or the Pistons play right now.
Yeah, it was a great game. It was really it was a tale of two halves. It was a very competitive first half. Of course, Caitlin Clark came out like Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese came out like Angel Reese. Angel Reese tweaked her ankle sometime in the second half. And it kind of slowed her down in the first half, and it kind of slowed her down in the second half. And then Flau'jae, she was real nice, but they LSU they just couldn't keep up with Iowa after.
Not Iowa, Caitlin Clark. Because they the rest of Iowa, I don't know. They was guarding them pretty great.
No, they my problem with LSU and Kim Mulkey guarding Caitlin Clark, they wasn't fighting against the screens. Every time they came down, their big man, not big man, their center. Iowa's center, she set a screen almost every time Caitlin Clark came down, and LSU wasn't fighting over it. They had little Haley Van Lith, who's like 5'7", try to fight against the screens and stuff, and they just couldn't contain Caitlin, and they couldn't keep up offensively, themselves. Obviously, I said, Angel Reese, she tweaked her ankle in second quarter, and you can tell that it bothered her in the second half, and in the fourth quarter they just couldn't recover. They made a little bit of a rally, LSU, at the end of the fourth quarter, but it wasn't enough to catch up with Iowa and Caitlin Clark. Caitlin broke more records as usual. Caitlin Clark now has the most 3-pointers made in the NCAA's women's tournament, passing Diana Taurasi record of 61. She passed Taylor Robertson for the most career 3-pointers in Division I history. She made 9 3-pointers in the game, tying NCAA single game record with Purdue's Courtney Moses in 2012 and Connecticut's Kia Nurse in 2017. She broke the NCAA tournament assist record of 136 that was held by Tamika Johnson of LSU. Clark now has 140. She's the first player in NCAA tournament history with 3 40-point games. So Caitlin Clark setting the world on fire as usual. But now we got to get into the game that followed after UConn, and USC. The number 3 seeded UConn Huskies defeated number 1 seeded USC Trojans 80-73. Paige Bueckers led the way with 28 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. On 11 for 23, shooting from the field, 3 for 6 from 3-point line, and 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Elliott Edwards followed behind her with 24 points, 6 rebounds, 7 for 13 from the field. What's your takeaways from this game?
Me personally, I had USC winning the game. You know, I had the upset happening, which is really not too much of an upset. But my takeaway from the game, the best player in that game was the freshman, JuJu Watkins. She's just generational, man. I'm a big field goal guy. She didn't shoot that great from the field, but, you know, she shot decent to be a freshman and been put on the spot against Caitlin Clark before Caitlin Clark was here. That was Paige. Like, she started all, like, come on, bro. Like, Paige started that. And for JuJu to be able to compete with her on the biggest level, like, that's a lot, bro. That's saying a lot from a freshman.
Absolutely. It was a very great game. For me, I'll probably put this game a little bit past the first game because it was more competitive in the second half than it was LSU versus Iowa. But yeah, I mean, it was great back and forth contest. I really can't say that UConn really outplayed USC. I mean, as far as numbers, the 2 best players, Paige and Aaliyah, they had 20-24. Look at USC, JuJu had 29, and Mackenzie Forbes had 24. So they got great production from the 2 best players. And yeah, man, when I'm watching JuJu is amazing. Once she's a 6'2", 6'3" guard, and that's, you know, she's a little bit taller than the average guard in the women's game. A guard in the women's game is probably somewhere between 5'7", 5'8" to like 6 foot tall. Once that Caitlin Clark is 6 foot even. So she's a big guard for the women's game, and for her to be able to, you know, shoot threes and get to the rack like she can, she's gonna be a very special player for years to come. And yeah, like you said with Paige, she was Caitlin before Caitlin. I think a lot of people forgot about her last year. I know last year she had an injury. I want to say it was ACL. I'm not sure, but she did miss the whole season last year. And then, you know, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, they rose to stardom last season and really put women's college basketball on the map how we see it now. So let's go ahead and get into our 5-minute fire takes. In this week's 5-minute fire take, we're going to be previewing the Final Four and the NCAA basketball final. In the women's Final Four, we got South Carolina taking on NC State, followed by Iowa taking on UConn this Friday. And obviously the winners of each matchup will face each other in the women's final on Sunday. In the men's Final Four, Saturday, got NC State taking on Purdue and Alabama taking on UConn. What do you think? Who do you think will make it to the finals, and who do you think will win the National College Championship this year? And your time starts now.
All right, so first, I'm going to go with the women's. South Carolina, NC State, South Carolina is taking that easily. 25-point win. Iowa and UConn, I got Iowa. Then I got Iowa beating South Carolina in the championship by a decent margin. Not by a lot, but by a decent margin. Okay, in the men's division, NC State versus Purdue, I have Purdue absolutely smoking NC State. Because NC State, they really ain't play nobody but Duke. And Duke has Flip, and Flip is not really great with guarding one of those bigger guys. So I really won't say they made any wins. And they ain't playing nobody like Purdue. They ain't playing Edie yet. They're not winning that game. You got Bama taking on UConn. UConn is about to destroy Bama. Bama is another one of those teams I feel like just I don't know how they got this far. Like them two teams, I don't know how they got this far. And as for UConn and Purdue, I think this is Purdue's year. I think Purdue will, beat UConn, be the first team. I think ain't UConn undefeated this season or something?
They might be. I know they won the national championship last year.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure UConn. If they're not, they probably lost like 2 games. They'll be one of the first teams to beat UConn this year, man, and on the biggest stage of them all. Yeah, I got Purdue in the men's, and I got Iowa in the girls.
Yeah, I just looked at UConn record. They're 35-3, so they lost 3 games this season. But yeah, I agree with you a lot with your picks. I do think South Carolina, led by Don Staley, they're going to edge NC State, and I think it's going to be Iowa and Caitlin Clark's year. I think they're going to take UConn. For the final, it's tough, but I think South Carolina's going to do it. It's been a couple years. I think they last won in 22 or 21 because LSU won last year. I want to say South Carolina won a year before that. And I just think South Carolina, man, you don't really hear a lot of people talking about them because they don't have the superstar that Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese is, but they're just an amazing team. They have stars. Yeah, I just think they're just a better overall team than Iowa. So I got them. I got Iowa and South Carolina in the final. South Carolina takes it home. Men's Final Four. I think Purdue got NC State. I love NC State. They got my boy Burns in the paint, but and like you said, they beaten teams that were higher seeds. Obviously, they're the number 11 seed in their region, but I don't think they got the talent to keep up with Purdue. And I got UConn over Alabama. I'm just not picking Alabama because it's Alabama. I don't like Alabama. I don't like Alabama. So yeah, we got UConn, Purdue in the men's final, and then I got because UConn got the experience. I don't know. I'm gonna take Purdue over UConn. I think it's gonna be their year with Edie. I think it's gonna be their year, and he got something point to prove because a lot of people don't have Edie going high in the draft because he's a senior or whatever. I think he's gonna have try to make a point to prove in the men's final. So I'm gonna take Purdue for men's, and I'm gonna take South Carolina and Lady Gamecocks in the women's final. And we did it in what? Stop at 40 seconds to spare. All right, so for this next segment, we're gonna be talking about some NFL. So we're gonna go ahead and bring our guest in. Damon coming back to talk with us again for some NFL.
Yes, sir.
This week, got anything you want to say before we start?
Well, initially when I was getting into the memo of what was going on, I didn't think that much happened. And then I realized I kind of been living under a rock over Easter break because a solid bit did happen. I know about the 2 big things we got, but apparently some other stuff happened that I didn't know about. So just ready to talk about it. Proud to be back.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and get into it. Stefon Diggs. The Bills are trading Pro-Bowl wide receiver Stefon Diggs to the Houston Texans for a 2025 second-round pick. They're also sending a 2024 6th-rounder and a 2025 5th-rounder to Houston in the trade. Diggs had 107 receptions for 1,183 yards and 8 tutties last year in 17 games for the Bills. Obviously, he made the Pro Bowl. He has had at least 1,000 receiving yards each of his last 6 seasons. What do you think about this trade for the Texans and the Bills? Go first.
I saw this this morning.
Yeah.
I checked the date because I know it's the start of April, and I just saw this one big April Fool's prank, and then I realized it's not April 1st. A very lopsided trade, in my opinion. Texans now have 3 receivers who are capable of being wide receiver ones.
Absolutely.
On each team, and that just adds more fire to the fuel when it comes to the Texans receiving core, because not only do you have Dell and Collins and now Diggs, but you got Schultz, Brevin, Jordan, and Stroud can run the ball too if he feels need. If he feels need to, that's something not a lot of people look at when it comes to Stroud, but it's something that is still a threat. For the Bills, if I worked in the Bills office, right, when I heard about this, I would go up to whoever said, hey, let's trade Stefon Diggs, our only star receiver left. I would go up to him and say, what the hell were you thinking? Because now I looked at projection, and this is without any draft picks.
Yeah.
As everybody knows, the Bills are drafting 28th overall in the first round. Right now, the top 3 receivers for the Bills are Curtis Samuel, Khalil Shaker, and Matt Collins.
Shaker not bad.
Oh, yeah, no, it's not. They're not bad receivers. But with the division, the way it is, with the defenses, except for the Patriots, because Patriots suck now. But I'm sorry, the Dolphins defense and the Jets defense would kill them. Texans definitely wanted to trade. Only reason I say Texas wanted to trade is they got 2 extra picks, a star receiver, and they fleeced it without having to give up a draft pick in this year's upcoming draft. I wouldn't be mad at this trade if the second round pick was for this year's draft. But what makes me mad about the trade is it's a 25-second. We don't even have a solid projection of what the 25 class is like yet. We know who's in it, and we can make assessments based off of this season for the talent that's in it, but we have no clue what next season in college is going to be like and who's even going to be dropping, who's going to be available. So Texans easily win the trade.
What you got, Tweety?
Texans fleeced on this trade. The Texans just became, that team. They just took over the Falcons. They just became that team you watched this year. They got a lot of weapons over there. I don't know what the Bills are doing. I'm starting to realize a lot of NFL teams don't go in rebuild mode. Some do, and a lot don't. So, what are the Bills doing? That's my only question. That's all I got to say. I just want to know what the Bills thinking, man.
They've the problems that Stefon Diggs has gotten into with the Bills over the last few seasons are numerous. You got his brother Trayvon tweeting stuff about the Bills. He get into these little fits on the sideline. He tweet cryptic stuff. He posts stuff on Instagram and well, does he have a problem with the front office? Does he have a problem with the head coach? Does he have a problem with the offensive coordinator? Does he have a problem with Josh Allen? So it was definitely going to come ahead at some point with Stefon Diggs. So, and then other thing with the Bills, they got rid of so many pieces on their defense. Obviously, we talked about Trey White, I want to say last week, Poyer, and other guys. So I want to say it again to rebuild mode. Obviously Josh Allen is their franchise quarterback. I don't know what they're going to do as far as free agency and draft this season. Obviously, I don't think they're going to be able to contend next season. With the core that they did have, with Stefon Diggs, all the guys they had on their defense didn't translate to a Super Bowl, and they've been together for the last 2-3 seasons. So they probably said, hey, enough's enough. We're getting some cap problems. Stefon Diggs, he keeps giving us trouble every offseason. He don't want to come to training camp. He missed practices randomly. Okay, go ahead, trade them, get them out of our hair. We don't care what we got to give up. Yeah, gave away. Let a lot of guys go on defense. What was the other wide receiver they let go in free agency?
Gabe Davis.
Yeah, Gabe Davis
signed with Jacksonville
Yeah,
Jaguars.
so I think they're just doing a complete refresh. I don't think they're gonna be able to contend next season, but we definitely gotta look and see what they may be able to try to do in the upcoming years. Next we have Haason Reddick. Haason Reddick was traded by the Eagles last week to the New York Jets in exchange for a 2026 third-round pick that can potentially come a second-round pick based on his stats. 29-year-old Reddick was a Pro Bowler last year, where he recorded 11 sacks, 29 solo tackles, 13 tackles for loss, 23 QB hits. This move will save $14.5 million in 2024 cap space for the Eagles. What does this move do for the Jets, and what does it mean for the Eagles, Amy?
I was talking about, Jets obviously in division is the team I'm a fan of. So this is a complete opposite of the last trade we just talked about. I hate this trade because Haason Reddick he's a dangerous defensive key player, I believe. Mm-hmm. And I really love his pass rush. Mm-hmm. And the Jets already have a very underlooked defense when it comes to pass rush, and everybody just wants to look at their DBs, but they have a very dangerous pass rush if executed right. And them adding Haason Reddick to this makes it even more dangerous. Once again, though, another team got fleeced.
Oh, okay.
A 26 third round pick. For me, I would have given up a second round pick for maybe the 25 draft. But this is kind of like the last situation. I'm gonna be real. I don't even know any notable names that are in the 26 draft yet. So it's just one of those things. There's many uncertainties when it comes to trading future picks like that, especially high value picks. Jets win the trade. They get a dangerous pass rusher, and they get somebody who can low-key cover the pass and at the outside linebacker slot. Mm-hmm. But if I had to guess what the Jets are going to do with this, they're probably going to put him more in the pass rushing role than pass coverage. And for the Eagles, with the way the Eagles draft, I don't think this will hurt the Eagles at all. They've already had, pretty good free agency, I want to say. And Howie Rosenthal, I believe is that the owner name? Howie?
I want to say so.
Yeah, Howie, he knows how to draft. Because constantly, every year, they're competing. And they're a team who can bring in younger and younger players every year.
Howie Rosen, GM.
Yeah. They're a team who can bring younger players in every single year and still perform at the same level. So with this and with the extra $14.5 million in cap space, I'm interested to see, because there's still some pretty good names in free agency, and they
do need space for they draft too.
Yeah. Yeah. So with the way Howie is when it comes to an offseason, he knows how to draft. He knows how to play his cards. A lot of people are undermining the Eagles. So I say this is a win-win situation. This is a win for Howie because he gets his space. And this is a win for the Jets because they get a dangerous defensive player who can really help them compete next year, I feel like.
What you got, Tweety?
Okay. The Jets, dangerous DBs, dangerous secondary. I think adding that right there just puts them on, put their defense over the top. You got Rodgers coming back. They're going to be dangerous next season. I would want to watch out for them in that division. And, the Eagles, they brought in a lot of guys, great guys. They just freeing up some space, man. So, just like kind of neutral, but giving up a player like that is kind of crazy. You could have found something else to fight a way out of, but I guess they just had to, make space for the new guys, and then they're gonna have some more new guys coming in, so they just made a business decision.
For me, I think it's a fairly good move for both teams. Obviously, looking at that Jets defense, very great defense. I want to say it was top 10 last year, and they didn't even make the playoffs. We got another great outside linebacker on the right side. Quincy Williams, got Quentin Williams on the defensive line. Also got Sauce Gardner in the secondary. So it's definitely another move that's going to buffer their defense, especially if their offense can get it together. Aaron Rodgers come back healthy, and they do some work with the offensive line. So it's definitely going to be a great move for the Jets. Eagles, same thing. Probably find another veteran in the free agency. Maybe make a couple moves in the draft. I don't know how many good picks that the Eagles have in the draft this year. Another thing, Eagles draft really well. So good move for me on both sides. Next thing we gotta get into is Carson Wentz. Free agent quarterback Carson Wentz has reportedly agreed to a 1-year deal with the Kansas City Chiefs. He'll obviously back up quarterback Patrick Mahomes as the Chiefs look to become the first ever team to win 3 consecutive Super Bowls. 31-year-old Wentz started just one game last year for LA Rams, where he went 17 for 24 passing with a 70.8% completion percentage. Threw for 163 yards, 2 tutties, 3 interception, and a 21-20 win against the 49ers in the Rams' last game of the regular season. What do you think this signing will do for the Chiefs, if anything?
Yeah, like you said, it honestly probably won't do anything. I feel like that this is just a insurance signing.
Yeah, sure.
Obviously, Wentz ain't coming here to mentor Patrick Mahomes. The man has, 3 Super Bowls now?
Yeah.
Yeah, man has 3 Super Bowls. I mean, what's he going to mentor on? How to get a new brother? Other than that, solid.
I just can't.
Other than that, solid backup. I mean, just from the stats from that one game, 49ers dangerous defense there in the playoffs.
It was this last regular season game.
Yeah, well, yeah, that too. But still, 49ers are one of those teams that have good backups still. But yeah, I don't see Wentz getting any playing time. The most playing time he's probably going to get is the preseason. So other than that, solid backup. I can't really grade this signing because Wentz just hasn't played that much for me to where I can talk too much about it.
Yeah.
I could go off his run with the Eagles, but that was 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Damn, I'm old.
Then he went to Colts and Commanders and
Rams.
Yeah.
Team hopping all over the place. But all I can say about it is backup wise, it's cool, I guess. I mean, he showed with the right staff he can win. So we'd have to see about it.
What you got, Tweety?
Man, that man is passing Beverly. They just passing that man around. That man's getting passed around. At one point, Carson Wentz, I think he used to be a decent starter at one point. Then, early.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he was a decent starter.
Yeah, because with the Eagles, he almost had a MVP caliber season. And then he got injured. I forgot what the injury was, but then Nick Foles.
I believe, I think.
Okay, and then Nick Foles came in, finished the regular season, and led him to the playoffs to win the Super Bowl. So,
that's crazy. I never knew that. That's crazy. I didn't know. I literally didn't know. Carson Wentz was a decent starter at one time. I mean, he just disappeared. Backing up Patrick Mahomes, you're not getting in the game, except it's like the preseason or the last game of the season when they already got gearing up for the playoffs or something. I mean, he's probably just trying to get a ring. He's just trying to get a ring.
For me, Yeah, like an insurance policy. Obviously, teams don't win 3 in a row. I want to say the closest was the Patriots. Yeah, I think they made it to the AFC Championship and lost during their one of their back-to-back runs. Um, yeah, so there's definitely a chance Patrick Mahomes may or may not get injured due to there's so much football. This you playing 3 years of playoff uh, deep playoff football runs. So there's definitely be an insurance policy. I don't know how many quarterbacks they have in free agency. They used to be starters. Obviously Ryan Tannehill comes to my head, but he probably wouldn't be happy backing up anybody. I want to get to Ryan Tannehill. I want to get to Ryan Tannehill. But like we just talked about, Carson Wentz. He had that one good season with the Eagles where he nearly MVP caliber. Led him to the end of the season, got injured. Nick Foles came in, won the Super Bowl, and he just hadn't been the same since. He came back for the Eagles for once a year or two, just started throwing interceptions. Went to Indianapolis Colts, interception machine. Commanders, interception machine. And he's been out of job ever since then. Came in at the end of the year for the Rams and had a decent game as a game manager. So
bad part is, I think Rams, he signed like middle of the season, so like he didn't even have a team for majority of the season last year.
Yeah. So hopefully he gets good experience being a backup for Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs as they search to be the first team to win 3 consecutive Super Bowls. Next, Ezekiel Elliott. It is reported that former Dallas Cowboys All-Pro running back and free agent Ezekiel Elliott and the Cowboys franchise open to a possible reunion. Elliott played 17 games for New England Patriots last year, where he only started in 5 games, rushed for 642 yards on 184 carries, 3 touchdowns, and converted 33 first downs and had 3.5 yards per carry. What do you think this potential move can do for the Cowboys?
If I'm a Cowboys fan, I'm just banging my head against the door. You got Deuce Vaughn. I know he's small. I'm taller than him, and I'm short for a guy. But
that's the issue.
Yeah, no, he's damn near legally a.
I gotta beat that out.
Dude, my ex might be taller than him, and she's like 4'11".
Oh, he is 5'5". I didn't know that. I thought he was a little taller.
Wait, he's that tall?
I thought he was a little bit taller than that. Okay.
Oh, I thought he's like 5 foot even. Okay, never mind. But my thing is, if you want a running back so bad, draft one. If you're not going to use Deuce Vaughn, draft a running back.
But they got a lot of needs, Cowboys. And
honestly,
they've let a lot of positions go this offseason.
The Cowboys can't do anything until they get a new owner. I mean,
now you're going on a Cowboys rant.
I feel bad for Cowboys fans. Like, I really do. Like, sometimes I just look at Jerry Jones and I think, dang, this man gets outsmarted by Joe Biden sometimes. He went up to one of the Fox NFL commentators and said, hey, we're going to induct you to the, I forgot what it was, like the 1972 Ring of Honor. And like, yeah, like, dude, I saw this on TikTok. It was hilarious.
Really?
Yeah, no, I posted on Facebook. I can show you the video later. It's embarrassing. Y'all do have a lot of team needs, and I get it.
Who is y'all?
I'm Southern, okay? It's a Southern thing. The Cowboys, is that better?
Yeah.
The Cowboys have a lot of needs.
Yeah, sure.
Ezekiel Elliott would help. I'm personally not a fan of it. And then again, I'm not a Cowboys fan. But there's probably the 2% of Cowboys fans that really love this movie. And you know what? If you're that 2%, I'm happy for you. Good for you. But if I'm in Cowboys front office, I don't do this. He's out of shape for a running back. He only started 5 games, and even when he signed with the Patriots, I was surprised because they had Ramondre Stevenson and Damian Harris, I believe. Right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so, I was surprised they even started in New England. I thought he was going to be an insurance back in New England. But, I mean, looking at the 5 games and looking at the stats, I mean,
he played in 17 games. He started in 5.
Oh, okay. So
he played. Yeah, he split carries. He split carries.
I mean, they're not bad, but they're not. I hope the Cowboys realize they're not going to get prime Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, I'm sure they know that.
He's not going to be. I can almost guarantee you, he's not going to be in the shape you want him to be in, and he's not. He may outplay Deuce Vaughn, but I just don't agree with this move at all. If they make it.
What you got to?
I have there's no reason to get Ezekiel Elliott. You have a Mississippi native running back in the draft in Trey Benson. I mean, you can pick him up. No best running back in the draft. Just throwing it out there. I mean, but Elliott didn't play horrible last season. I mean, he was mediocre, but he wasn't Elliott. And as you see, you can see him like kind of being out of shape and just all over the place, not running like how he used to run with all the power and like finesse moves he used to have. And yeah, he's just not an asset anymore.
Yeah. For me, I don't really know how many moves that the Cowboys are gonna be able to pull off. I don't know what kind of moves they want to do in the draft because obviously they need help on the line.
They need to draft an owner.
Honestly, they need some help on the line. They want to get some more pieces on defense. Obviously, Stephon Gilmore, he's going. Maybe they're going to do Bland and Diggs in the secondary now. The Bland had a very good year last year. So yeah, I mean, get him back if you want to get him back. I know he's loved in Dallas. Jerry Jones loved Ezekiel Elliott. That's like a son to him, and yeah, I mean, get you a speedy back to pair with Zeke, just like they had with Tony Pollard and Zeke. Put Zeke on first down. Maybe he can get you 3 or 4 yards. Put you in 2nd and 6, 2nd and 7 territory, and put him in the red zone. Goal and 1, goal and 2. But yeah, I mean, if the Cowboys want to get Ezekiel Elliott, let them have Ezekiel Elliott. They can probably get him on the vet minimum. So, and he can be another, Cowboys veteran that's in the locker room. So, if they do it, they do it.
I mean, honestly, if they get Ezekiel Elliott, I'm just going to be straight up. Here's how they need to use him. As somebody who worked with a team who ran a triple option playbook all year and who saw probably games where running backs have blocked the most I've ever seen a running back block, he doesn't need to be the ball hog. He don't. They can either draft somebody or use Deuce Vaughn. He needs to be that fullback role where they're eating blocks and helping create gaps for a running back. I don't mind him getting a carry, but if he gets a carry, it needs to be when they're inside the 25 and in the red zone. Because I believe he can be a touchdown threat. I do. I really do. I may be stupid for it, but I think he can be a touchdown threat.
I mean, he's always been good in, first and goal.
He's big for a running back.
Yeah.
So, I mean, which means he's harder to bring down.
Mm.
And obviously teams are going to go for the legs when tackling him. They can still do that, right? I know they hands. They can still do that. But yeah, teams are obviously going to go for the legs.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how I would use them.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not an NFL coach. I'm just an equipment manager at a D2 college. So take that as you will.
Well, I want to thank Damon again for coming in another week talking football with us. But now we got to get into some more fun stuff, starting with Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid returned Tuesday night against OKC Thunder. Joel Embiid played 29 minutes in his return to lead the 76ers to a 109-105 victory over the Oklahoma City Thunder. Embiid dropped 24 points on 6-14 shoot from the field, 12-12 from the free throw line, bringing down 6 rebounds, dishing out 7 assists, and picking 3 steals. Embiid missed the last 29 games due to a left meniscus injury he suffered January 30th. The Sixers are currently the 8th seed in the East now with a 41-35 record and will be locked into the play-in. How far do you think the 76ers will go this postseason?
Okay, like beginning of the season, I had the 76ers going to the finals and actually winning the finals this season. But I don't see that happening this season. You know, after the injury, I mean, he came back. He was just super slow, kind of timid on his leg and whatever. And they beat the OKC Thunder without Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Right.
You have to add that in there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Then they're 8. They got to play in the play-in. I don't have them. You know, if they got to play the Knicks, Celtics, or the Bucks or the Cavs, I mean, you can't beat them with Embiid on one leg, man. You can't beat those 14 with Embiid on one leg. And you 10 times out of 10, you have to play one of them first. You're in the play-in. Like you don't really like. Even if you try to like fight out the play-in, the most you probably can get is what 6. Like you're still
they can't make it to the 6th spot now. They probably get 7.
I think it's like it's kind
I
of.
don't think they have enough games to get to the 6th spot. I had to look at the standings, but I don't think they have enough games to get to the 6th spot. This is April.
I think with 7 games left in the season, they have an okay shot. But you know, like I mean, either way, you still gonna play the Knicks. Like you're not beating the Knicks in the first round of the playoffs.
They're 2.5 games back from the Pacers, for the 7th spot.
That's a decent predicament. 2.5 games behind the Pacers.
They only got 7 games left, bro. You think they're gonna just win completely out?
If they win 5, I mean, they should be decent. The Pacers should go.
And I know the Pacers not gonna lose completely out. I
mean, they might go 3 for 4, and they win 5. That'd be decent.
That's not overcoming 2.5 games. That's kind of a lot.
It's not. I mean, it's still possible, bro. You got to throw it up there.
Math-wise, it's still possible.
Right.
Anyways, I wish you would stay at home. Me personally, I don't think they're gonna make it out of the 8th spot. Obviously, in the play-in, they can play for the 7th spot, Pacers versus Sixers, but it would be in Indianapolis versus being in Philadelphia. They may be able to win that game. But I mean, if they make it to the playoffs, they make it to the playoffs. But I don't think they're going to be able to beat the Celtics, the Bucks, or the Cavaliers if they make it. No, the Knicks they in the 5th spot. They're not going to be able to. They ain't play the Knicks.
I was unfamiliar with that. I thought the Knicks were unfamiliar. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Right now in the East is first Celtics, 2 Bucks, 3 Cavaliers. Most likely gonna have to be one of those teams. It's not gonna be the 6th spot either. It's probably gonna be Bucks or Celtics, and they're not beating one of those teams. So, yeah. I mean, if he wanted to come back, if he wanted to give the 76ers a good ride going to the postseason. I mean, going to the postseason, summer. But hey, let him do that.
He might be able to get the Celtics.
He's not getting the Celtics, bro.
I'm gonna throw it up there. The Celtics lose first round to the Philadelphia 76ers in the 2024 playoffs.
And you know the Sixers ain't good in the playoffs, bro. Embiid had. How long Embiid?
I mean, Embiid not really.
The Sixers been good since like the 17-18 season when they had Jimmy Butler, and they still haven't gone to an Eastern Finals. So
Jason Tatum has won. He don't got none of these.
At least the Celtics can make it to an Eastern Conference Final.
I mean, injuries is always riddled. The 76ers. They always have injuries.
Ben Simmons ain't get hurt in the playoffs.
Why are you bringing up the best player in the league, man?
Ben Simmons? We can
Now,
go to the next topic. We can go to the next topic. We can go to the next topic. Our next topic, is Kobe Bryant's NBA championship ring being sold. Kobe Bryant's 2000 NBA championship ring has recently been auctioned and sold for a record $927,000 by his parents. The previous record for a sold NBA championship ring was $705,000 for Bill Russell's 1957 ring, which was the first of his 11 championships, which was sold in 2021. The auction received a total of 43 bids. Kobe gifted this ring to his father, Joe Jellybean Bryant, after the 2000 season. What do you think about Kobe's parents selling his championship ring?
wait. What was Kobe's dad name?
You ain't never heard of Jellybean?
No.
That's why they call Kobe Bean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great little backstory right there. I mean, I heard, from a source that it was a replica. It was just a replica given to his dad.
It's when this is a nice fact for the viewers. So when you win a championship ring, you have a personal ring, you have a ring for family, and you have a ring for friends. You have 3 rings. So this is the family edition of Kobe's ring that he won for 2000. So this isn't his player edition ring. This is the ring that he gifted to his family, which he gave to his father. So
I mean, that's okay, then, man. That's completely cool.
I mean, it's still his ring. It's still the authentic Lakers Kobe Bryant ring.
I mean, I have no problem with it's just just some jewelry. I mean, somebody else probably wearing it on their ring or whatever. Like they actually shot some hoops or something.
It's a lot of championship rings on the streets.
They probably can't even make a layup. Championship rings can't even make a layup. Like, come on. Yeah, but I wonder, do they get they get the Water Boy's mom a ring or something?
It may just be the players. I don't know if the Water Boy get more than a ring. Obviously, the Water Boy get a ring. Owners and front office, all the coaches, they get rings. I don't know, but I know the players for sure has the option to get 3 rings: one for them, one for their family, and one for their friends. Another fun fact: Kobe gave Gilbert Arenas one of his rings as a friend edition one of those years. That's another fun fact.
I never knew that. Yeah, got
for me, my perspective, this isn't shocking. I learned that they sold some of his stuff while Kobe was alive, like some of signed jerseys that Kobe gave to him, high school memorabilia that Kobe had. They sold some of that stuff while he was alive. They didn't have the best of relationships when Kobe passed away because stuff back in the day when Kobe met his wife Vanessa, his parents didn't really approve, so they didn't really have the best relationship because of that. But and for that reason, Kobe's parents don't have the best estate currently, so they trying to keep food on their plate in the house above their head. And if they got $927,000 just sitting on one of their shelves, they just gotta sell it. They gotta stay afloat. I want to say they're around 70 now, so that's that. Next, Bronny James. Bronny James is reportedly entering the transfer portal. It is believed that this action is coming behind USC's head coach Andy Enfield leaving the Trojans for SMU, and Bronny having a subpar freshman season for the Trojans. Coming off the bench this past year, he averaged 4.8 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 2.1 assists. So potential schools that may be in the mix are Ohio State and Oregon. Those are 2 teams that he had a lot of interest in before choosing USC this past season. Outside chance is Duquesne, which is a D1 mid-major school that one of LeBron's old high school teammates is the head coach of now. What do you think about this decision, and what school do you think Bronny might end up at?
Bronny being one of the worst basketball
Oh
players
my God.
in college basketball this season.
Oh,
one of the worst looked at players. Like the one like we pay attention to him. So like we can say he's one of the worst of people that we pay attention to. He ain't really got no like why. I get why you leaving because your coach leaving, but man, he might well come to Valley, man. I mean, what? Like, come on, bro.
He's not coming to. He's not
get you a little development down here or something, man. You probably kill these boys, man. But the guys you playing
He
now,
can do
the guys you playing now, I mean, if he go there, he's not even gonna make the NCAA tournament.
Duquesne?
Yeah.
Duquesne made the tournament this year.
Who they beat?
They didn't beat nobody, but they did make the tournament.
Was that like 15, 16?
Did Valley make the tournament?
No.
All right, then.
Well, Bronny James, we would.
Also, Bronny James good.
Down here, he'll be good. I'm saying he's playing in the wrong environment. Come down here, play around, get you 35 a game. You know, you decent, take your little shots, get you a little 45 field goal percentage. You know, ain't nobody gonna worry about that. Niggas be hating about field goal percentage these days. Go to the league, go to the G League, play with Brian 1 year, get you a little ring, you know, get a little rigament in there. You'll be decent, bro. You know, you'll be decent. Take the juke. You might even take the JUCO route. Like, bro, you're playing against the wrong.
Bro, how he gonna go JUCO? He just played, bro. Nobody goes from a Power 6 school and then go to JUCO.
Somebody dead just did that, bro. I can't even think.
Well, Bronny James not finna do it.
Should.
For me, I say if he can find a good situation with a Power 6 school, he should go to a Power 6 school. I don't see a reason why he should move down. If he can find a Power 6 school that fits him, I don't really think USC fitted him in the first place. He went there because obviously it's Southern California. And
how?
Huh?
How? How does it not?
He had free play.
He had free play. He literally had free play on USC. He
was coming off the bench.
But that was one of the worst USC teams ever, bro. He had a chance to make an impact on that team. He had shots. He got up shots. He shot 36% from the field, Cameron. 36% from the field on like what? It was either 4.7 or 5.7.
Yeah,
it's nothing.
He had cardiac arrest before the season started. But
okay, now you trying to do that. What the dude from the NFL? The dude now you trying to do that?
Lamar Hamlin.
Like trying to give him comeback player of the year or something. Like what? Like what? You would have gave him comeback player of the year, right? If you would have just performed. Like what?
Yeah, of course, but I can't expect him to perform if he almost died.
Bro, so many people almost died and still performed.
I'm gonna give him another season. I hope he makes it to a good situation for him. Yeah. If he goes to a mid-major, I think it'd be nice if he went to a mid-major. I don't know if he should go to Duquesne. I don't really know a lot about Duquesne, but I mean, it's a lot of schools that I'm sure he do his research, and obviously in the transfer portal, so there's gonna be people calling him, all summer. So I hope he picks a school that fits him. I hope he has a good rest of his college basketball career. Next, DJ Burns Jr. drawing interest from football, NFL football teams. NC State's basketball star DJ Burns Jr. has received a lot of interest from multiple NFL teams as a potential football prospect. Burns, who is listed at 6'9", 275 pounds, has played a lot of and displayed a lot of strength and footwork in NCAA's men's basketball tournament this year, is being viewed as a possible offensive lineman. It is not known that Burns has ever played football before, and he has not yet responded publicly to these reports at the time of this recording. What do you think about these reports?
It doesn't make sense. I mean, he's not a football player, man. Has he ever played football?
I looked on my own. I haven't seen nothing about football. I've listened to other people talk about it. They said they don't know if he's ever played football before. He hasn't talked about it yet, so I don't really know. But continue.
I mean, being his size, he's probably touched the football field before. But I mean, being the size he is, matter of fact, scratch that. He wasn't even the same size in high school. Like he was way slimmer than he is now. I think he put. No, I seen a picture of him like when he was younger. Like he put on like a decent amount of weight over the past 2 years.
Dang, 275 as a basketball.
Huh?
275 as a basketball player.
I mean, he wasn't always 275, bro. He was probably like 35 pounds lighter his freshman year. Like,
probably was.
Like he was a lot lighter. So, and I believe, I mean, man, he probably didn't play a lot of football, but I don't get it. Like that don't make sense. That's just like, I don't know. That's like scouting like Jordan back then in baseball. Like they like scout like what? Like you know where he's going. Like there's no reason to try to bring him here. You know where he's going.
I don't think he's gonna make it to the league. He hasn't drawn any league interest yet because of he's listed at 6'9", but a lot of people think that he's closer to 6'7", and then being 275 pounds, he can't shoot threes. He can't handle the ball like Jokic or Draymond Green or Zion or somebody like that. He doesn't have wind sprints type speed like Zion. And athleticism that Zion has, but he has, great footwork. Obviously, big, strong guy. I could see him being a potential NFL offensive lineman. You give him the right lineman coach. You know what I'm saying? Teach him how to do that. Teach him how to do that wedge block. Teach him how to get off the edge and block a outside linebacker. I think he can. I think if you get the right coach, he can be a potential NFL offensive lineman.
I don't see it.
Why not?
I don't see it.
Because Trent Williams, what's Trent Williams? He's like 6'7".
Size means nothing,
bro. If he gets the right coach, and if he's interested, of course, he can make $30 million. At least be on somebody's practice squad. You know what I'm saying? Especially if he if nobody in the association picks him up. Our last topic for the day. We started with Caitlin Clark. We're going to end with Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark has recently been offered $5 million to play in Ice Cube's upcoming Big 3 basketball season. After this offer was leaked, Ice Cube came out and stated, "We intended the offer to remain private while Caitlin Clark plays for the championship, but I won't deny what's already out there. Big 3 made a historic offer to Caitlin Clark. Why wouldn't we? Caitlin is a generational athlete who can achieve tremendous success in the Big 3. With our offer, Caitlin Clark can make history and break down even more barriers for women athletes. The only thing Clark has stated publicly so far is that she hasn't addressed the offer with her representatives yet. Do you think Clark should take the offer, and do you think that Clark will take the offer?"
Clark shouldn't take the offer.
Why not?
The Big 3. I mean, she would bring a lot of attention to the Big 3, but
absolutely,
3-on-3 basketball is horribly boring, bro. Like after a while,
Big 3. You haven't been watching the Big 3. Big 3 kind of nice.
No, I haven't been watching the Big 3 because it's horrible, bro. Stop trying to promote Big 3, bro. Big 3 it's okay, but eventually 3-on-3 basketball is not like okay, if it was the Big 4, like it was 4-on-4 basketball. I mean,
nobody plays 4-on-4.
3-on-3 is just like, I don't know.
3-on-3 is like classic.
Everybody play 4-on-4, bro. When you go to the court, you play 4-on-4, bro.
Bro, don't nobody play 4-on-4. You either play twos, you play 3-on-3, or you play 5-on-5. Don't nobody play 4-on-4.
All we play.
You only play.
All we play down here is 4-on-4. In the gym, the gym class, you only have 8 boys, 4-on-4 every time.
Nobody play 4-on-4.
Everybody plays 4-on-4, bro. That's the best way to play 4-on-4, bro. Bro, everybody plays 4-on-4.
Bro, you have me. I'm gonna make a poll on Instagram.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make a poll on Instagram. I'm gonna be like, if people play 4-4, yes or no? Don't nobody play 4-on-4.
like if you go to the court, what do you play? They gonna say 4-on-4.
They gonna say 3. They gonna say 3v3 or 5v5. They are not. I'm gonna put 2v2, 3v3, 4x4 or 4 and 5x5. We gonna see.
Nobody plays 5-on-5. Nobody plays 5-on-5.
Some people don't play 5-on-5 on the court, bro.
That's too many people.
They play 5. Come on,
man. Get what they gonna say? That's too many people. Get what they gonna say? They gonna say that's too many people. Take one off. Then they 3-on-3. They gonna be like, dang, pick up another one. It's gonna be 4-on-4.
Like 3-on-3 is like classic basketball. Like
it's 4-on-4. You got
a
big man, 3 hoopers, bro. Big man, 3 hoopers, bro. 4-on-4. Big man, 3 hoopers.
Bro, if you have 3-on-3, most likely you're gonna have a guard, a forward, and a center. If you play 5-on-5, obviously you got all the positions. 2-on-2, you got the guard or forward, guard, big man, etc. If you got a 4-on-4, what's the positions in 4-on-4?
Point guard through power forward. The power forward. Bro, everybody plays.
You played. Bro, we're not even talking about the topic no more. We're probably talking about Caitlin Clark.
The big 3 deal is horrible because I mean it's not horrible. It's a great deal, good money, everything. But Ice Cube is kind of like over trying to just throw money out there. I mean, but it's gonna help his company though, So I can't get mad at these great marketing thing. But Caitlin Clark would never take that offer.
Yeah, I don't think she would either. But I mean, she should. I mean, five mil.
No, she's
not the only problem. I think. I know both the WNBA and the Big 3 take place during the summer. Obviously, the WNBA season is longer. I want to say Big 3 is end of June to beginning of August, and WNBA is end of May to September. I want to say. So they do overlap. Obviously, she's not going to play Big 3 during the on the weekend and hoop with WNBA during the week. So it does seem a little improbable unless all parties involved can make some type of arrangement for it. So I don't think it's going to happen. But I don't see why. If it was me, obviously I would take the offer. $5 million when WNBA players, if you get drafted, you probably make like $80K. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think she got NIL that's gonna translate into become endorsements, but you make $80K if you get drafted first overall. $5 million for Big 3 and you only playing like 10 games.
It's the Big 3, bro. Nobody wants to play in the Big 3. It need to be 4-on-4. I'm gonna start the 4-on-4. The 4-on-4.
Don't nobody play 4-on-4, Jeremy. I don't know what you get going on. Nobody play 4-on-4.
Everybody plays 4-on-4.
So on 2K, when you do black tie, you play 4-on-4.
There isn't no 4-on-4. You said black tie. Black tie, I play 2-on-2.
Right.
But
3v3.
I play 2-on-2 because I play 2.
You play 1s, 2s, or 3s.
I play 2 users against 2 users. I don't you can't put that many people on like one system, Cameron. Like there's no way you can play.
I mean, if you do 3v, you can do 3v3, user versus.
Then you're gonna be switching off to the wrong to the empty player and that. Like you don't want to do that, bro. Like you play 2-on-2.
But you don't play 4-on-4, right?
No.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. If you don't play 4-on-4,
you don't play 3-on-3.
You don't play 4-on-4 in real life, bro.
Yes,
you know that. Bro, you play 4-on-4 real life is like, okay, let's say you got 2 girls playing. So you got 6 dudes and then you got 2 girls. I mean, you got a girl on each team. Now I understand that form. But bro, even if there's 8 dudes, you play 3-on-3, and then somebody lose, you pick somebody up. Don't nobody play 4-on-4.
No, bro. You gonna say pick up one, bro. Like,
I'm gonna make a poll.
I wouldn't sign though. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't sign.
You wouldn't what?
I wouldn't sign, bro. To Big 3.
What you mean you wouldn't sign?
To Big 3, bro.
Oh, I think I was talking about that. We was talking about 4-on-4.
I was signed to that now, you know. So.
You signed to what?
The phone ball league.
Well, that's it for this week. On Cam, that's Tweety. We'll see you next time.
Okay, see, I'm in the thunder. I be feeling like I'm chick. Switch up like KD, Draymond. Don't give me a tick. Double team, bitch, send your bitch. Hooping like I'm on the net. Working hard, can't get no rest. I wrapped it right off my chest.